I just came out and I had a hummingbird flying up here looking. And when she saw me, she flew on up here, but I'm gonna have to make hummingbird juice. Juicy juice, me and Brad would call it. I was gonna say I'm gonna make a quick video, but you guys know I talk way too much. It's not a secret. And now that I don't have anybody to talk to, you're it. Sorry. Well, I wanted to do a video about life lessons, and it's kind of something my dad didn't do a lot for me or give me much, but he taught me some really valuable lessons. And one of them was, nobody's going to give you anything. If you want it, you have to work for it. And if somebody does give it to you, it's really not yours. You didn't earn it. You won't appreciate it. It will mean nothing to you. And I can't tell you how many times I have seen that in my life. But that was a very good lesson, and I'm glad I learned it young. The next lesson, the very first lesson he taught me was that you have to get up. Nobody's gonna wake you up. You have to get up. And I'm one of these people, I can tell myself I have to get up at, let's just say 6:15, which I never sleep at 6:15, but I will wake up at 6:14. I don't need an alarm clock. I've never needed an alarm clock. But I learned 2 lessons, and people all boil down into 2 categories: those that do and those that don't. And the ones, not all, but a lot of them, the ones that do, only do what they have to. Nothing more, but just what they have to. And the other lesson was, people treat you like you let them. People will do exactly what you will let them do. And you have to be your own advocate about how people treat you. And one of the stories I was going to tell was, you know, all the YouTubers, if you have a YouTube channel, you got haters. And Brad had a lot of haters. They'd come and go. He'd block them, argue, whatever. And then he finally just started deleting their comments and just moving on, because there's no winning. You can't argue with stupid, and they just want to say mean things and hurtful things. Well, not long after Brad died, a hater showed up and was leaving really bad, ugly comments on some of his older videos. And I didn't say anything, I just deleted them. And he, you know, a couple days later, he'd show up on another video. And finally, after a couple months, I just kept deleting his comments. I would have left them if he had said Brad was wrong, or, you know, something to that effect. I would have left them up, but that's not what he was saying. He was using really bad language, and Brad would not have allowed that. So finally, I left a comment to his comment. I said, dude, Brad passed away. All this hate and anger is just wasted. He's not here, and it's not doing anything to me. I'm just gonna delete your comments. And I don't know, maybe a day later, I left it up, and about a day later, he left a comment to that, and he apologized and said he would delete the comment. And he did. And I thought about that for the longest. He was okay with saying all that really bad stuff to and about Brad when he thought Brad was alive. But when he found out Brad had passed away, all the fun, all the enjoyment was gone. And he's gone. I haven't heard from him. But it's just, you know, that's a real puzzler right there. The fact that he would apologize when he found out that Brad passed away. And yeah, sometimes you just gotta wonder. Well, that was one of my many little one of many things that's happened since Brad's passed away. But the story I was gonna tell 5 minutes later, sorry, many years ago when I was young, a neighbor of mine, I had horses at the time, and she decided she wanted a horse, and she came by and she told me she was going to buy a horse, and I was like, okay, yeah, good, we can go riding and blah blah blah. Well, when she got the horse, every day she would call me. She needed me to do this or that, or help her, or show her, or explain to her, who do I call, what do I do, how do I fix this, how do I tie this, every day. And after about 6 months, I took it that long, I really did. I walked down to her house with a halter and a rope, and I proceeded to leave her property with her horse, and she came out and started yelling at me, and you know, and she said, where are you going with my horse? And I said, this isn't your horse. This is my horse. And she didn't get it. And I told her that if I'm going to take care of this horse, it's going to live with me. I'm going to enjoy having him. I'm not going to come down here every day and take care of your horse. Would you expect me to come down here and take care of your kid? And she probably would have, but anyway. The story, that's how it went, and she finally understood. She said, well, she didn't know that much about horses. And I said, well, why would you get a horse? If you don't know anything about it, why'd you get one? It's not my job to take care of your horse. I have a horse, and I don't want to take care of yours. But here is where I'm going with this story. That was another lesson in my life, and this is the way I feel about everything. If God gives me what I need, and He does, He said that He would. That's a promise. And He has. He expects me to take care of it. Nobody else, just me. And if I don't, then He's not going to give me what I want. And there's your lesson for today. Love you, bye.